What up, y'all? Just trying to help out those people that aren't stretch bigs or post scorers with getting XP. I'm kind of pissed because I already recorded this full thing in one sitting and then messed it up, so now I got to record it again. So bear with me if I mess anything up. But basically, what I'm doing, and you're about to see it on this play probably, is I'm fishing for lobs. Now, some of these are going to look like BS. It's because I have Hall of Fame Lob City Passer, but this definitely still works on gold. And on the other ones, you just got to fish a little bit harder. Like you'll see if I get any space, it's a lob, guaranteed. Like, look at that. They're not stopping me if I get any space at all. But on like silver or bronze, you just need a little bit more space, or you need to make sure you don't get hung on anybody. That's the big thing. But basically what I do is I come down, I'm setting picks because all XP adds up. And sometimes it works off a pick and roll, but most of the time I'm running around my teammates. I'm running around court, constantly cutting, looking for an open window, trying to get the AI stuck on their own teammates, stuck on my teammates. And that's what I'm going for. Now this is important right here. You see how they set the screen? This is how you want to set up and try to take a charge. It doesn't always work, but the charge is a guaranteed or not guaranteed, but if you get a charge, it's 2K, so it's worth trying to set up every time. And actually, when you set up like that, it doesn't affect your teammate grade, so that's good. Now, like I said, you want to do things that are going to get, I didn't even say this yet, but you want to do things that are going to get your team takeover fast. Mainly, you want to be working for lobs because you want to get 25 by the end of the half, since it caps at 25. But if you can't get a lob and you know you got a baby on you, by all means, do things like post spins, drop steps, and things like that, and really rack those points up. Just make sure that you do it 100% because those are percentages. Oops, are not percentages, but those are. So just make sure that you take good shots. But the big thing here is just making sure that you get that team takeover. Now, what I will say about team takeover is once you see your takeover get close to that T, stop going for aggressive things. Do not go for blocks. Don't go for steals. Don't do anything crazy. Try to play good defense because even defensive breakdowns can actually stop your team takeover. So, and that's what you need for this method. If you don't get it, you can get like 40K, maybe 50K on Hall of Fame, but you're not maximizing that XP. And I'm not playing on Hall of Fame. I will admit that it gives me cancer, so I've decided to play on Superstar until I can get a 94 and do the quick one elevator rip method. Because my roster changes every time I try the elevator rip method. So I was over it. I'm playing games for fun. I'm not trying to be stressed out. So now, one thing I will say with lobs, especially when you get the gold or Hall of Fame, the good thing is you can kind of throw lobs on top of people, and so that counts towards posterizer. It's not exactly the same because I've definitely gotten more posters and sometimes it registers, but it helps because that's the extra 3, 4, 5 posters that you may not have gotten because, as you know, posters in this game are a little bit buggy. You want posters alongside your oops. Preferably you want 10 or more because that's extra 10K basically. This isn't a perfect game for me, but I still got 50K, so that's why I wanted to just show this because it's a good example. Now, as you saw, as soon as I got team takeover on defense, I set up full court trap. You don't have to play full court trap, but using it, even if you don't double people, using it gets you more turnovers and things like that. Now, here's the bread and butter of this method. Once you get team takeover, you're going to come down with the point guard, call ISO, and then you're going to call your man for it, or call your character for a screen. When you call for the screen, you want to make sure the big man switches. If the big man doesn't switch, all you need to do is just dish it off to your guy. He's in team takeover, so more than likely he'll be able to push the big out the way anyway. And pick and roll finishes are great too, plus they get you posters, what you need. Only problem is this is percentage, so it's riskier. That's why preferably you want to do lobs like these. The reason why I say you want the big man to switch off is because as soon as they switch off, you can throw that lob. That little man is not grabbing it. Unless the little man is like 6'6", like Donovan Mitchell or something like that. That little dude is typically not grabbing it. And I don't know what it is. I wonder if this just breaks the AI or something. They don't even normally try. Like, look at this. I'm just dunking all over this dude. And that's, like I said, the bread and butter of the method. Now, once you get team takeover, you can actually go more aggressive. You want to go for blocks. You don't necessarily want to go for steals because it can slow the game down, and you don't want any chance of people getting cold or like their stats not being maximized through a hot streak. So not so much steals, but definitely blocks. You want to play good defense. You want to, if you do get a steal on a fast break or something and you're by yourself, make sure you throw a self lob every time. If you get the ball, like say you don't necessarily get it, but you get a ball in a position for a poster, go for it in team takeover, because in team takeover you're more likely to get that poster animation. So definitely go for those. And that's basically the bread and butter of this. When if you're really efficient at it and you're able to get the 25 lobs very fast, go back to the drop step method and spin. Here's the reason why I don't do the drop step method a whole lot. It's because the more you do it, the more the defense gets buffed up. And so basically what will happen is, when you start to do it, if you're not a post scorer, when you start to do it, they're either going to start ripping you or they're going to smother you and you're going to brick it. You're not going to be able to dunk on them if you keep doing it over and over. Now, if you have a baby on you, that's different. But even babies can steal in this game. And so that's part of why I don't play on Hall of Fame, because I was getting pissed off with that. Like, sometimes as soon as I get the entry pass, I would get ripped, and that was just stupid. So, like I said, just play smart with that stuff. Preferably, you want to get team takeover twice, at least. If you want, you can play the third quarter too, or half of it, if you can get team takeover a third time. But it's really not necessary. I'm just trying to maximize your time. And but yeah, that's basically the method right here. And look at how, like, if you watch a play, look at how many times I cut to get to a good spot, and then it's right back to doing the method. And the reason why I sped up some of this stuff is because it's not always perfect. A lot of times your teammates are going to do something stupid, or the lobs is not going to work out, things like that happen. One thing I will say, for this method to work, you need to win, for one, and you need to have an A+. So when you do that pick and roll, there's basically three outcomes. One, the guard can take in and score, which gives you a lot of teammate grade, pretty much the same amount as an assist. You can throw a lob to your guy, or you can just pass it off to your guy for a score. So all three of those are great things to do. Like I said, you can use that screen assist. You can use that screen assist to add up your teammate grade, which is, if you watch to the end, that's what I'm going to do in the third to get out of the game. And I think it took me 2 or 3 minutes to get up high enough to ask out. And all I do then is I think I drop stepped, I did a pass to assist and an assist, and all that stuff just kind of adds up, and I got that A+. Now, if you guys want, I can actually upload a game where I played honestly very well, and I was peeved because I was playing the Spurs. As you know, Marcus Young is pretty crazy on the Spurs, so that was probably one of the best games I had. But because he was in there and he wouldn't let us get up or down by 11, I had to play the full game, and we ended up losing. So I got about 70K, but it wasn't worth the time and effort, because I didn't get the win. If I got the win, it would have been an easy 90K, because it would have been 5,400 for the A+, it would have been 5,400 for the win, and probably 5,000 for the difficulty. But I just, for whatever reason, I just couldn't get it. So I got about 70K, but I can upload that to show you, how because I got everything, blocks, charges, I got freaking everything in that one. So if you want, just let me know. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments, because I can always re-upload a new video. But this is my method. It gets me about 50K a game on Superstar and a half. But on Hall of Fame, if you can pull this off on Hall of Fame, it's definitely 70K, easy, a half, probably more than that. And then this is just the breakdown of everything. So like I said, if y'all have any questions, just let me know. I'm out.